investors, bonjour, this is Mike Héroux, founder of Dividend Stocks and passionate investor. Today I really wanted to talk about Alimentation Couche-Tard, which is pretty much a company that could go well whether you're in a bear market or a bull market. But first I have to address another point, is what is going on with the oil industry. If you've read the news yesterday, the future price for an oil barrel was actually minus $37. So what it means is if you're going to buy oil barrels, you're actually getting paid by the seller $37 for each barrel. Yeah, the problem is nobody consumes gas anymore due to the economic lockdown. What it creates is an overproduction, and then those producers are stuck with all those barrels and they don't know where to put them anymore. They put them on a train, they put them on their warehouse, and now they're full everywhere. So they're basically willing to pay someone else just to get rid of it. You know, we had a similar situation in Quebec with milk. So milk producer saw the slowdown, and now they had too much milk and they had to basically get rid of it. But the thing is, you can get rid of milk and just put it there outside and it will not pollute that much. You cannot really do that with oil, right? And since it costs so much to stop production, because there's a lot of costs involved in stopping the production and then reopening it later on the road, producers may as well just pay someone else to take care of those barrels and get them out of the way. So this is what's happening right now. Do not expect to get paid when you fill up your car at the gas station though, because there's taxes and there's other products involved, and to be honest, you cannot do much with a barrel of oil. It's not refined yet, so it's not transported yet, and you cannot use it to put in your car. So don't get your hopes up. Yes, gas will remain low, but it will not affect your portfolio. It will not affect your wallet. What is going to happen with your portfolio though is pretty much any oil producer is having a very, very difficult time, and this is not improving over the upcoming months. So as long as we have an economic lockdown, don't expect much from those. You already know that I'm not an energy guy. I pretty much think I proved my point with this example. Now back to something that is a lot more interesting, is to talk about Alimentation Couche-Tard. So as you can see, I am on my website right now. Alimentation Couche-Tard is one of the largest convenience store chain. They go across the world. They are in North America, Ireland, Scandinavia, Poland, Russia, and they recently announced that they were pulling off of the deal. They wanted to buy Caltex, which is a large convenience store in Australia. But obviously with the economic context, they said, oh, you know what? We're gonna take away our offer. We're gonna wait a little bit. And my little finger tells me that later down the road, they're gonna make a better offer for them because it will be cheaper, as Caltex, as any other convenience store, will have a little bit more problem due to the economic lockdown. So basically the way it grows is like the beauty behind Alimentation Couche-Tard is really about acquisition. So they have built this incredible system where they buy small convenience store chains or sometimes very large one, and they just put them together, integrate it, and they sell all kind of stuff. So we're talking about tobacco, gas, fresh foods, sandwiches, coffee, pretty much anything. It's like a mini market, but offering everything that you can possibly think of, and their model is doing incredibly well. The magic here is it's a highly fragmented market. This means that there's a lot of small players, and when you have this kind of scale and this kind of like perfect business model where everything runs smoothly and profit margins are better than your competitors, you can just buy everybody else, right? And this is pretty much what they've been doing for so long. What you can see here is the dividend triangle is basically the combination of what I look in terms of trend, in terms of revenue going up, earnings going up, and obviously the dividend going up as well. You can see that there's some pause right here and right there. What happened is, since they acquire a lot of companies from time to time, they still need sometimes to digest their acquisition, digest their debt, and make sure that they remains with a solid balance sheet. So from time to time, they're just going to wait like 18 months, 2 years before increasing their dividend, but you're not buying the stocks for its dividend. We're talking about a yield under 1%, so it's not the end of the world. You're not going to pay your utility bills on it with it. However, you will have a strong growth business. What you can see here is revenue growth over the past 5 years. We're talking about 14% annualized, and then earnings 23% and dividend growth rate 28%. So this company is just booming all the time. What is great is it is booming when there's an economic boom because they have more money, and then what they do is that they acquire more businesses. But on the other side, when there's a recession like right now, and especially with the COVID-19 and there's the economic lockdown, well, all convenience stores are targeted as essential service, so they're not closing. Actually, they're pretty much gathering more money because people used to spend on restaurant, and now they're putting this money into either grocery or convenience stores. So they're selling more wines, more tobacco, more chips, obviously. So we don't expect any slowdown, like major slowdown for Alimentation Couche-Tard. Besides, probably, as I'll highlighted here, slowdown in sales for fuel. Pretty much nobody is going away right now. This will hurt sales over the short run, but in the meantime, what is good is since it's a fragmented market, small players are going to struggle, and then Alimentation Couche-Tard will be able to get them for half of price. So that will be a great opportunity right there. Now moving on to dividend growth perspective. Well, obviously we're talking about a yield under 7%, under 1%, I mean. But the thing is, even though the dividend surged by 154% over the past 5 years, the stock price jumped by 55%, and that includes the drop that we just had. So basically, you can expect that once the economic boom resumes, it could be in a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, you're going to have a business that is incredibly solid, that will be in a great position to buy competitors or to just grab market shares naturally if other convenience stores go bankrupt, and it will just scale on that business model. Obviously, in terms of valuation, you're not going to find much valuation if you use the dividend discount model. Right now, we have an intrinsic value of $38, but I've used like a 15% dividend growth rate here just to justify. That is one of the limitations that you'll see among all low yielders, high growth stocks. The problem is the dividend discount model doesn't work very well because they give you a value in terms of its dividend growth potential. Then again, you're not going to pay your utility bills with Alimentation Couche-Tard, but you can find something that is a very safe haven for your money during a recession, and it will jump on any economic tailwinds to grow faster. Finally, if you look at the PE ratio, we're talking about 17. It's not the end of the world, especially for a growth business. I think it's very well valued right now. And if you're thinking about the long term for the next 10, 15 years, right now, keep in mind debt is incredibly cheap. This company is already working very well. Their business model has been proven right for so many decades now. Don't let this opportunity fall between the cracks. It will be a very strong hold for your portfolio for many years. Disclaimer, I have it in my portfolio, but I encourage you to do your own due diligence. It's not because I'm telling you it's a great stock and I like it that you should buy it. Obviously, I'm not responsible for any loss incurred during those transactions, but I still hope that you will have a closer look into Alimentation Couche-Tard and make your own mind about it. So this week I'm going to put another video about Broadcom this time. I don't know when it's gonna happen, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. So make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel to get the notification as soon as the video is out. And until the next time, stay invested.